Welcome to Trendcast Radio, where we dive into the hottest topics. I'm Jack, and with me is Jillian. So you know how wild politics can get, right? Like insane? Well, we've got a story that's gonna blow your mind. Rep. Thomas Massie just lost his primary to some guy named Ed Gallerin. And get this, Gallerin was backed by none other than Donald Trump. Now, this isn't just any ordinary loss, dude. Massie's been a thorn in Trump's side for a while now, and it seems like Trump finally got his revenge. Listen to this quote from Trump. "He was a bad guy. He deserves to lose." Crazy, right? Massie's been a bit of a rebel, even among his own party. He's gone against Trump on several issues, including aid to Israel and the Iran war. And dude, he's been outspoken about it too. He even said that people in Washington tried to buy his vote, but he wouldn't budge. Now, I know what you're thinking. Jillian's gonna have a field day with this one. And by the way, speaking of last week's deep dive into the Epstein files, it's crazy how these stories all seem to connect, right? Anyway, back to Massie. So he conceded to Gallerin in a speech. And man, it was something. He said the primary race went on longer than Vietnam. I mean, that's a wild comparison, dude. And get this, he even stuck to his guns, highlighting his disagreements with Trump. Now I'm going to read you another quote, and then Jillian's going to react. Here it goes. "When the movement needs unity, especially at the biggest moments, Massie is willing to vote with Democrats." That's from some defense secretary guy.
This is insane, right? I mean, the establishment's always talking about unity, but when someone actually tries to do what's right, they get slammed for it.
And by the way, have you noticed how Trump's been going after all these Republicans who don't toe the line? It's like, dude, he's trying to weed out anyone who doesn't agree with him. Now, I know some people might say, oh, Trump's just trying to get his way, but I think there's more to it than that. I think it's all about control, man. The government's always trying to control the narrative, and if you don't fit into that narrative, you're out. And speaking of control, I've been saying it for years. The government's got too much power, and we need to keep them in check. Anyway, back to Massie. So this race in Kentucky was the most expensive House primary in history, with pro-Israel interest groups pumping in millions of dollars. I mean, that's a lot of money, dude. And get this, Massie said that spending caused more disruption in the race than Trump's endorsement. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds like a whole lot of interference to me. And Jillian, you've been saying for weeks that we need to keep an eye on these special interest groups, right? They're always trying to buy influence, and it's crazy. Now I'm going to read you one more quote, and then we'll wrap it up. Here it goes. "Do not ever doubt President Trump and his political power." That's from some White House communications director guy.
This is like the ultimate warning, right? Don't mess with Trump or you'll face the consequences. And dude, it's not just Trump. The whole establishment's like that.
Anyway, that's all for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in to Trendcast Radio. Don't forget to drop a comment below and like the video, and we'll catch you all on the next one.